Some audio files from Quill 18's D&D section got corrupted, so I recorded that whole section from my end.
Alright, the corridor's into a T-juncture. To the left, or to the east rather, you see an old draining pipe, which does seem to have been damaged and broken. A lot of the metal bars, of course, have just corroded and rusted in general, but there certainly is one that has been bent, or actually a few that have been bent away.
Can someone brave go look in the hole?
Has something come out of that, or something going in?
Did you call for somebody brave?
Someone brave, go look in the hole. Yes, Viking, go.
Thank you. Come on, buddy. Okay,
Right.
what's down the hole?
What's in the hole?
Blackness.
Yay!
Okay,
To the south, you see that you have entered one of the actual catacombs proper, in that there are coffins in recesses in the walls. Catacombs, of course, are where, you bury dead people.
Hello? Hello?
Just in case. Okay.
Now, with
Zero.
low light vision,
Mage?
can we see any further? Can we see anything down the hole that way?
No. No, and the vision I'm revealing here is sort of based on the doubling of the light vision.
Okay.
But the hole just seems to go on at least past your vision of, 4 feet or whatever.
So, does
Okay.
anyone want me to, say, cast light on a small trinket and throw it down the hole? Or should we just check
Hey,
it
I
out?
was gonna suggest that. I was gonna suggest that, actually. I'd pick up a rock.
Okay. You're going to throw a rock with light down the hole?
Well, there's
Yes.
no point throwing the rock without light, right? If we're going to doom ourselves, we might as well do it properly. So I'll cast light on the rock.
Yeah.
Logic.
Okay. And I drop it down the hole.
All right. So you watch the light drop down as the rock spins and, hit some, little air currents. And there certainly is a little bit of air you feel coming up out of the hole. And the air is surprisingly nice and refreshing, considering how stale and dank the air in the rest of the catacombs are. You watch the light go for a while, and then finally it disappears along with a sploosh. But it's a good, at least 200 feet down.
Can I make a point of listening down the hole?
We could look.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and do a wisdom check?
Alright.
I might as well roll that too. I'm super good at that. Listening.
Okay. Everyone can if you want. You can listen. And
Yeah, I probably shouldn't. I have -1.
I will.
You have advantage when you're doing a listen?
I don't think so.
I do as a wild elf. In fact, I don't
Damn
remember if
elves.
all elves have that, but yeah.
17.
You listen very, very carefully, and actually you're pretty sure you're catching just about anything you can hear down the hole. And your guess is that this is just used for drainage to a deep underground river or aquifer or something of that effect. You hear nothing else of note.
Alright, I'll recast light on the barbarian's axe.
Ding!
I could learn your
I
name,
looked
but
directly at it!
I could learn your name, but given our situation, it seems like a waste of time.
Well, that's cold.
Okay, Zero wants to take a look at one of these little, catacomb tombey things. And being a, well-educated in the forbidden lore and magical lore, what might I deduce about them?
They appear to be well-crafted but simple stone coffins.
If anyone's
we-
planning
if
on
you
opening
wanted-
one, I suggest the rest of us back way the hell off, and I'll cast resistance on you.
Okay.
Yay!
Plan.
Hello.
We
you
should
can read
totally
me like
pop
a
these
book.
open.
Note that I'm not
Okay, Ray.
volunteering.
Wait, can we have someone check it for traps?
That's an excellent idea.
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on you to give you plus 1d4.
Now, I believe
Okay.
that checking for traps is an intelligence check in 5th edition.
I check for traps.
Go ahead and roll. This
Strength,
would be-
right? Wait. We
Yeah,
checking
this
for
is
traps
just-
or...
the rogue who's checking for traps is going to roll a d20 plus intelligence, I think.
Okay.
Plus an expertise roll if they've got trap expertise.
And plus 1d4 because I'm casting guidance on you first.
That's a lot of modifiers.
Rolling.
Yep. Should go well.
Now, the expertise dice adds to any dex check
Ow!
by default. Does it also? Oh yes, the expertise dice for
Ow.
trap at level 2. Good.
9.
That is a poor roll. You
Ow.
certainly detect no traps whatsoever. You're
Matt,
absolutely sure there's no traps on this coffin.
I could actually do it myself, actually, if you want to get another roll out of it.
Sure.
Don't
The
forget
other
the
thing you guys
D4,
can do is
guys.
Yeah, the D4 from the spell. The other thing you can do is assist each other in a task, in which case there'd only be one roll, but you would have advantage on that roll, so you'd roll 2 D20s and use the best one.
Okay, I'll help out.
I can add the D4 to pretty much any ability check as long as we know in advance that we're going to do it, and you give me enough time to walk over, cast it, that's 1 round, and then walk away so I don't get hit in the trap, so 2 rounds.
15 plus 1, so 16. I believe you also need to add your expertise dice. As a level 2 rogue, you get to add an extra D6 to that roll, Briarstone. Nice. So that'll bring you over to 21. No, 22. And you've double checked the work. You were not impressed with the first rogue's cursory glance at the coffin, so you took extra time to carefully inspect every facet of the coffin, and you are very certain at this point that there's no traps.
Wait, which
Okay.
coffin are we looking at? Are we looking at the one on the right or the left?
I assume the one on the east, because that's where everyone is kind of stacked.
Okay, time to open it.
All right, pop it open.
Oh,
Well, it's a very heavy stone lid, so I guess the barbarian is the one who gets in there. He puts his axe down against the wall, digs into the seam with both fingers, or both fingers from both hands, and gives a grunt. Yeah, as he starts to push, lift, and then push
Charlie
the
horse.
coffin lid aside. Oh, he
I
sprains
can
his
help if
back.
you
That's what you
want.
get for not working on your core.
I can help if you want.
Actually, he probably does need the help from, I guess that's the paladin talking, Nathaniel.
Yes, then it's the paladin talking.
There we go. So the two of you are able to lift and displace the lid. Of course, the barbarian's like, well, I don't really need any help, but, whatever. It's fine. I'll let you assist. Sure.
Girl.
So you lift the lid.
thank you for help,
slide it to the
girly
side,
paladin.
and then,
Girly man.
and then you
Yes.
finally just knock the lid off the backside. Inside the coffin is the skeletal remains of some long dead person. I think that most cloth has completely rotted away. It does hold a sword that's mostly kind of rusted and pitted a little bit, but relatively intact. In fact, you're kind of surprised at how generally intact the skeleton is in general. And then it
I
begins
grab
to
it.
move.
I grab the sword.
No, it moves. It's moving.
The skeleton starts to shift a little and move. As you're grabbing the sword,
I hit
it
it with my
clamps
axe.
a skeletal hand on top of yours.
I
You can do
I
an opposed strength check.
I pull out my hand axe and start hitting it.
Oh, you have a hand axe too. Okay, that works. Sure.
I have
You're-
I have a battle axe which is one-handed and 5 hand axes. I hit them. Hit it.
All right.
Okay,
We'll say that you reached out to grab the sword with your left hand, and the skeleton has grabbed that left hand, but you grabbed your hand axe with your right, and you can do an attack roll. But let's take this opportunity to do an initiative check for everyone. So an initiative check would be to roll a d20 and add your dexterity.
22.
Morgan has got 7.
I'm rolling at a disadvantage because of my heavy armor.
Now, one thing, if you guys could do me a favor, at the bottom of the screen, you should have a little thing next to your chat window that says as, and you can change who you're typing as. It would actually help a lot if you were typing as your character instead of your username.
Fair.
I've done that.
Mm-hmm. Because for some people, I don't know. Now, Jacques, Luca, you're Anton, right?
Yep, that's me.
Okay.
Tellez is 16. Can I make this window bigger? Oh, I can. Good stuff. All right. Sorry. Who's Nathaniel? And what did you roll?
It's me, and I'm trying to roll. I rolled a 16.
16.
Yeah.
My roll is 11, Quill. So I have to roll at disadvantage due to this heavy armor I'm wearing.
Who's that? 0?
0.
So you've got an 11. You're wearing heavy armor?
I put on that chainmail that I picked up.
Wait, no, mine would actually be 15.
Here's the problem, though. You put on the chainmail. You are a mage. You're not proficient in chainmail, I suspect.
That's right. So I have to do a. The rule is that I roll all checks, saving throws, and attack rolls that involve strength or dexterity at disadvantage.
Right, but I'm not sure that you can cast spells in armor that you're not proficient with. That's what I'm going to double check here.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Didn't think that one through, did you?
Where are the spellcasting rules? I'm very, very confident that's the case. I'm just trying to double check here.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it. It's page 21 of How to Play. You must be proficient with the armor you are wearing to cast a spell.
Yeah, that's why dwarven mages are going to be awesome in this system, because dwarves are automatically proficient in light and medium armor, so you can be going around like breastplate mages, just smashing the crap out of everyone.
Visual. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Is at an 11. Okay, so I've got everyone down here. How does it, will it resort? Ascending. Good stuff. So actually, the barbarian gets the first move, so that's quite good. So go ahead and roll to hit to see if you can hack off the skeleton's hand, or at least discourage it from trying to grab you.
Who said anything about that? I just want to smash the thing.
Oh, okay, well that works too.
9. 9? 9!
Well, did you get a bonus from dexterity? No. So you smack down on it with your hand axe, but I guess, with your one hand occupied and the narrow space of the coffin, you're not able to strike with enough leverage or at a sufficient angle, and your hand axe basically just bounces off of the bones with no discernible effect. So give me...
Do I still have my move action?
Well, yeah, but you're restrained.
It's got one hand on. No. Okay. Can I use my move action to try and get the skeleton off my hand?
No, I think you're gonna have to spend a standard action for that.
Ah! Next person.
Let's see. Ending a grapple. You can release a grapple creature whenever you want. Breaking, dodge, initiating. Oh, yeah, it's as an actual action, not a move action. You need to break the grapple. So, unfortunately, that doesn't work. Next up is Anton
we get
Trump.
advantage against him when we kill the rest of us, so we'll just crush it.
Fantastic. Anton Trump, you are next up.
I think I would normally go for a ranged attack, but I'm probably going to risk hitting the barbarian at this angle. So
I don't think that's usually a problem.
Not usually a problem. Okay, well, I'll ready a ranged attack then with a short bow.
Alright, go ahead.
So I'm doing oh god, where is it? Plus dexterity, isn't it? So, there you go.
9 is not going to be sufficient, especially as a ranged attack against a prone creature. I'm going to say that an attack roll has a disadvantage. Yeah. Yeah, any attack rolls against a prone creature, especially since he's still in his coffin, is going to be at a disadvantage, actually. Certainly not an advantage, despite the grapple.
Okay.
He's got some cover in there, too, in his coffin.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to miss. Now, the next thing to happen So Nathaniel and Tellus are next in the initiative order, except that right before you start to move, you hear the telltale scraping sounds of many, many coffin lids start to be pushed aside.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You
Nathaniel,
kicked
you're
the
up
hornet's nest, guys!
Okay.
Girl?
D20, a +2 strength initiative. Rolling.
Sorry, are you rolling?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
You got an 18.
Excellent roll. So I assume you move next to the coffin and try to smash down with your sword.
Yes.
It should be
Now, what
noted
kind of
that-
sword are you using?
I'm using a one-handed longsword.
Alright, so I'm going to assume that's slashing damage. Okay, that's fine. And what were you going to say,
Yes.
D-Mac?
It should be noted that in D&D Next, you can split up your move before and after attacking. So you can actually walk over, make your attack, and whatever move is left, you can move away.
Yeah, which I like a lot.
Oh, okay.
And it's probably a good idea, actually, just to give room to other party members to come up and attack. You can move through party members perfectly fine. You can't stop on their square, but other than that, you're alright. So that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. As you land a solid blow in the skeleton's ribcage.
Same kind of roll.
The damage roll will be, depending on your longsword, I assume it's an 8-sided die, probably plus your strength modifier.
10-sided.
Really? I'm just looking it up.
Yeah.
No, a longsword is a 1d8. Oh, it's
Oh,
versatile, 1d10 slashing. If you're using it two-handed, you'll do d10. If you're using it one-handed, it's d8. But you have a shield, don't you?
Yeah, I have a shield, so it's 1.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be 1d8.
But I get a bonus for level, so that would be a +1 bonus. Rolling. Five.
What's the +1 bonus? Is that your attack bonus? Because if
no,
so, the
yes, I believe that would be the attack bonus.
okay, the attack bonuses only applies to your actual attack roll, the d20.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you do get to add your strength modifier, so.
That would be rolling again.
Sorry, you don't have to roll again. Just what's your strength modifier?
It's 2.
It's 2? Okay. So you roll, on your d8, you roll the 4, and then you add the 2. So we're going to take that, so we're going to do 6 damage.
But
So you inflict 6 damage on the skeleton inside the coffin. And actually, let me go and grab an actual skeleton guy over here and stick him on the coffin. Is he on the right layer? Yes, he is. Good. Let me give him some hit points here. Just so I can track it. Actually, I'll keep his max. Come on. I don't know if you guys can see the actual numbers for hit points, but you can tell that he's very damaged anyway.
No, I can't
You've
see his
done
hit point number.
I can't.
Okay, can you see the bar above his head?
No.
That's good.
Nope.
All right, excellent. But he is heavily damaged. You've crushed multiple ribs with your blow. You're just basically using your sword almost as a bludgeoning or hacking attack. All right, next up is Tellus. Or Telaz. I don't know how you say it.
Right, Telaz will, I suppose I'll just take one hand off my bow and make a brief prayer to cast Sacred Flame on the skeleton. So that's 1d8 radiant damage, and he has to make a dexterity save, DC 14, gains no benefit from cover.
Dexterity check DC 14. So he's got no modifiers to that. He does roll an 18 and make it.
Okay, so he takes half of So 3 radiant damage.
Okay, now, skeletons do not seem to be vulnerable to radiant damage, which is interesting.
Really?
So it's half. I believe everything gets rounded up. So he will take 2. leaving him with a smidgen, the barest sliver of life.
I walk up to him and look him in the face.
All right, who's that?
Nathaniel.
Right, well, you already went, didn't you?
Well, he only has a smidgen of health left. It's having to go through an entire turn would be a bit pointless.
Sorry, I'm still having a really hard time hearing you.
He only has a smidgen of health left. If we have to go through an entire turn, then it would be a bit pointless.
Well, next up is Zero. He gets to go.
Okay, I'm taking off my armor. I'm just gonna stand here and strip off my chainmail.
Okay.
Now's not the time.
Starts taking his clothes off. No one understands why, but wizards are strange, aren't they? Next up is Alton. I'm gonna say that it's gonna take you 2 turns to take off your shirt.
Okay.
That's been nuts.
Why? Why?
Alton Timberpipe. Saves his action. Morgan the Butcher Jones is last but not least. With a very poor initiative.
Yeah, can I run all the way up there and still hit the skeleton?
Absolutely. I think that you can run at a speed of 25 or 30 probably.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, and each one of these squares is 5 feet, so basically you can move 6 squares.
Alright, so I can still hit the skeleton.
Yes. Well, you can try to hit the skeleton. We'll see if you succeed.
When I roll a d20, I put in my attack bonus and my... What more?
Your strength.
Okay.
Most melee weapons will add strength. Most ranged weapons will add dexterity. And then some are a little weird in between. Easily hit, and there's no point in even rolling the damage. This skeleton is now shattered and no longer moving.
Woo!
It releases the grip on what's his name, on Slumard's hand, and falls limply away. However, at this point, all of the coffin lids have opened, and skeletons are rising out of the other coffins.
We're boned. Get it?
Let them come! Tonight we spill blood! No, wait,
So,
bone marrow!
we're back at the top of the initiative order with Slemmerd.
Okay, would grabbing the sword count as a... What action would it count as?
Picking up an item, I think, is usually a standard, your actual action.
Dang it, I was in a spiteful mood. Okay, I move over to this guy, and hit him, and start swinging.
Alright, go ahead and roll your
With
attack.
both axes!
What are you using, like a pair of hand axes? Is that it?
Yes, that was my plan! And that has been my plan all along.
Okay.
Well, one hand was a battle axe and the other was a hand axe, but whatever. But that's not the point.
Well, it is actually. They both have to be 2 light weapons. So a battle axe is not a light weapon. A hand axe is, I believe. So you can do 2 hand axes, or you can do the battle axe, but not both.
Ah. Oh well. Okay, so any penalties for dual wielding I should know about?
Nope.
Oh. Roll.
Except you don't add your ability modifier to the damage on the second attack. So only your first attack will get strength damage added. But for the actual to hit roll, you're fine. Both of those easily hit. You just sit there, you're like just chopping at the skeleton in the chest or the coffin.
Click the wrong button. Okay, so for my first damage roll, I add my strength modifier, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So you do 7 damage on the first roll.
And And 2 on the second one.
And 2 on the second one. That is enough to kill this in one flurry of attack. You just letting your barbarian rage take over. Anton. Trump.
Right. Hello. Can I don't have clear line of sight to any of the other two, do I?
No, I'd say you... Oh, no, they're still rising up out of their coffin. I'd say that they have some amount of cover.
I'm just thinking about the other party members. They're clearly forming a wall.
Well, the thing with the party, these are 5-foot squares, or, roughly about 2-meter squares, so there's a lot of room in there. You can certainly shoot around your party members. It's no problem.
All right, well, let's take another pot shot then, at the one at the bottom left, I guess. Since.
All right. So I'm going to give them half cover, except that... no, we're going to say they're standing up. It's fine. We'll just give them half
Goodness
cover.
sake.
That is a very poor roll.
I'm the worst archer.
I'm very sorry. Your arrow just plunks up against the wall, and nothing happens. It just bounces off the stone. Nathaniel. Oh, actually, sorry. Before Nathaniel goes, they actually get to go. Because they have a 17 initiative.
I'm hoping you'd forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Skeletons are coming.
What I should explicitly do is add it. How do I... Oh, add turn. There we go. Like so. Let's Okay, good. We're in fine shape. So yes, the skeletons are coming. They're going to run up like so, and like so. And like so. And in fact, you hear from the other corridor some amount of clattering. Actually, I guess they can double move. I assume there's a run action.
Ah!
So I'll give them something like that. Mostly just eyeballing some of these things.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of skeletons.
That's probably too far for these guys. Let's put them back around. All right. That is... okay, and then they're going to attack Nathaniel. Nathaniel, what is your armor class?
It's 18.
18. That's going to be hard for them to hit with their kind of pitted out longswords, but they are swinging them with a fair amount of heft, so even though they're rusted and not in fantastic shape, they're still looking kind of scary. First attack easily misses. The second attack, it's a little closer. That one, the first one you just dodge out of the way like it wasn't anything more impressive than an 8-year-old child. But the second one actually hits your armor and luckily doesn't do any real damage. So that is it. Now we're moving actually to Nathaniel's turn. So you get a little bit of vengeance for that.
Okay.
I do need to make a move before my turn comes around again.
You do?
Yeah, I saved my action before.
Oh, that's right. Well, you can go anytime you want. Do you want to go now?
Yeah. What's the rule on tumbling?
I really don't know.
You can use you can use your action as a disengage action. So your saved action you can use to disengage. I think.
I was just wondering about flanking is all. Trying to get past.
You're trying to avoid opportunity attacks.
Right.
So let me see here. If a hostile creature, I know you can trigger it if you're moving out of a square. You can avoid provoking an opportunity attack by taking the disengage action. Okay. So, disengage. Which is not listed.
When you disengage, you move up to half your speed. If you leave a hostile creature's reach during this movement, you do not provoke an opportunity attack, and it takes a full action.
Yeah, that takes a full action, so you won't be able to tumble through and attack. I'm sure there must be, or there will be, some sort of way of doing it at some point, but I guess there's not a way now.
Okay, then what I'll do instead then is I'll just I'll throw a dagger.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a dagger at I guess. Honestly, I'm gonna throw it at the furthest one away.
Okay. As long as your dagger range is sufficient.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it at the one south. Basically the most south from here.
Okay. Yeah, your close range is 30, which actually you can do that just fine. Wait. No, you can't do the most south. You can't do this guy without disadvantage. But pretty much anyone else you can strike. Oh wait, sorry, I got confused about who you are. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Wait,
That's what I was
which one
hoping.
is he?
He's the yellow dot.
That guy there.
Oh, yeah, you're not even engaged.
No. Okay, so it's just normal attack. It's like an offhand attack, basically, I think. Or no. Or do I get my... No, I get my...
Yeah, add your dexterity.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. All right, through that. Actually, that's the attack, and 1 second for the roll.
Ooh, that is quite poor. Your shot goes wide. I guess there's just too much combat between you and him, and your shot just goes wide.
Okay.
But, very impressive. So your new initiative is now going to be, we'll call it 17. So that'll be your initiative now.
Okay.
So now is Nathaniel. And Tellus. Nathaniel first.
Okay. Can I use one with spell sands?
You'd have to drop your shield, but yes.
Okay. How long will it take to drop your shield?
I'm going to say you can drop it just by using your move action.
You can do it as part of a move action or part of an attack action to equip or unequip a weapon or shield.
Really? Okay, so, yeah, it doesn't do anything. You just drop it and swing at the same time. It's very convenient.
Okay, I'll do that. I roll.
A 14 is just enough to be able to land a blow on the skeleton. I assume you're hitting the one directly in front of you.
You are correct.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh.
10.
One hit. You just strike directly through the entire midsection of the skeleton, severing the spine, and the whole thing just shatters and drops to the ground.
Ha
So, have we seen any sign yet that they're resisting piercing damage or anything like that?
Nothing so far has hit them with piercing damage.
Ah.
The dagger would have been the first piercing, but it was a miss. So far, it's all been slashing. Next up, Tellus.
Let's see. I know.
Save me.
Spring forth and save me.
If I move
Give me,
there,
I'm just standing there stripping.
Would this skeleton up to the north have cover against me? Against a ranged attack?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. It seems like a pretty clear line. I'd rather move further, but that seems like a pretty clear line, so I'll go with that. And I guess I'll just shoot him with my bow.
That is a poor attack. I'm afraid you missed. It actually goes directly through the skeleton, failing to hit any bones whatsoever.
Just my luck.
0.
I continue to sexily take my armor off.
Excellent. You've completed that.
Yes.
Wow, chicka wow wow.
You can also move if you want.
Oh, God.
Move, and let's
I like
see.
how you get your armor off just in time to get attacked.
Yeah. Morgan the Butcher Jones is now up.
Okay. I attack that skeleton.
Okay, no problem. You can easily do that with swinging your great sword. A 16 is definitely a hit.
And the damage?
Is a D12 plus your strength modifier.
Yep. Just add 3 to that.
Okay, so 7 points of damage on the skeleton. Not quite enough to finish it off, but it is, again, severely damaged. Most of its bones on its rib cage are just hanging by what vestiges of ligaments are still there, and its left arm has been shattered as well from your attack. Luckily, it doesn't need its left arm to keep hacking away with its longsword. Slimmerd Starkiller, you're now up again. You have no one within reach, but of course you can walk through party members.
Dark Ichor, actually. That's the name I got listed. Yeah,
Starkicker?
Starkicker.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter.
better.
Or kill it. Doesn't matter. Or killing.
Kill all the things.